Hey everybody, my name is James Fresca. I am a video production specialist here at Videoguys. We are live every Tuesday at 3 o'clock Eastern on Facebook and YouTube. We're having a little bit of difficulty with Facebook. We'll try and get that fixed as quick as we can. But for right now, we are on YouTube. Today, we're going to be going over some of the questions that you guys have asked us over the past month or so. Like I said, I am one of the video production specialists here at Videoguys. So when you guys call in, there's a good chance that you're going to be talking to me. So if you wanted to call in, you can call in at 800-323-2325, and you can ask us any questions. And so every couple weeks, maybe once a month or so, we like to kind of compile all of the questions that we've gotten repeated asked and put it all into one show to be able to answer them to a more broad audience. Now, of course, if you would like more information on some of the topics that we are going over today, definitely feel free to give us a call. Again, that's 800-323-2325. If you want to reach me directly, you can. My direct extension is 1111. There's a few other ways that you can get a hold of us to ask us any questions that you may have. The next best way would be to send us an email at sales@videoguys.com. You can comment on the video down below on YouTube at Videoguys. You can send us a message on Facebook or comment on our Facebook videos at videoguys.com, or you can tweet at us or send us a message on Twitter at Videoguys. So these are the best ways to get a hold of us. If you have any questions, make sure to ask us. Hey, maybe your question will appear in one of these videos. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, so first question that we've been getting asked quite frequently lately is, how do I set up my N1 and N2 Kiloview converters? Now, if you don't know what the N1 or N2 Kiloview converter is, basically it is a wireless HDMI or SDI to NDI converter. So, for example, we have a Panasonic CX-10 here, and we have a Kiloview N2 on here. And basically that allows us to get this camera signal into our TriCaster wirelessly. There is no wires needed. But because it is wireless, it has a little bit of a different setup. So I'm going to kind of walk you through how I got this to work in our studio. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to connect your antennas, your power cable, your USB network adapters, all to your N1 or N2, and then connect it to your computer. So the Kiloview N1 or N2 comes with a USB to RJ45 adapter. You can connect it to, you have to connect it to the USB port in the N1 or N2, and then you can either connect the RJ45 to a network switch, or in our case, we actually used another USB to RJ45 network adapter to connect it to this very laptop, and that's how I got our screenshots for the next couple slides. So definitely recommend getting one of these. You can get one fairly cheap, fairly inexpensive. All right, so the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open your network settings. You're going to click on Change Adapter Settings, and then you're going to select your USB network adapter. So in our case here, you can see that the picture to the right, it says unidentified network or Ethernet 2. In our case, that's what the USB network adapter came up as when we plugged it in. On our TriCaster, we actually changed that to say USB network adapter because we do that quite frequently. I did not do that for our test here, so it would appear as if it was a new device, as if you were doing this yourself. So I intentionally did not change the name, but you can. Once you select the network adapter that you want to change, you're going to select Properties. Then you're going to select Internal Protocol Version 4, TCP IPv4. Now, and again, in the picture on the right, that is what you're going to see. Now, by default, it's going to say obtain an IP address automatically. That's going to be, a DHCP. But the whole reason that you are connecting all of this and changing the network adapter is because your N1 and N2 have a default IP address that you need to be able to communicate with. And that default IP address is 192.168.1. The default IP address is 192.168.1.168. So you need to make your computer something else, or that network adapter something else in the same range. I wanted to keep it fairly simple, so I made mine 192.168.1.100, and then you leave your subnet mask as 255.255.255.0. And then you have to hit OK. Once you do that, now the computer can talk directly to the N1 or N2, and you can type in that default IP address into a browser. It doesn't matter what browser you use. And again, that's going to be 192.168.1.168. Then once you are in the web GUI, you're going to click on Network and Service Settings, and then you're going to connect it to your Wi-Fi. You're going to type in your Wi-Fi name and password into this web GUI, and then that will tell the Kiloview to connect to your network wirelessly. And then by default, it will be set to DHCP, and it will find an open IP address automatically, and then it will show up just as if you connected an N60 directly with a Ethernet cable, except now it's going to be wireless, and you are getting the video from your camera into a production system or on your network wirelessly with no cables needed. So that is how you set up your N1 or N2 Kiloview converter. The next question that we've been getting asked, specifically because this is a new update that came out with the LiveU Solo. I see that my LiveU Solo and the new Solo Pro support SRT. Why would I use SRT? So we're going to kind of backtrack a little bit, and we're going to talk about RTMP. So RTMP is the standard way to send a video signal to a CDN. And a CDN is basically any website destination. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, doesn't matter where you want to send it. So an RTMP sends the signal from the LiveU to LiveU's cloud and then to the destination of your choice. RTMP is still the standard way to send video. That's not going anywhere. We just want to make sure that that is clear. So then SRT stands for Secure Reliable Transport, and the major difference with SRT is that SRT allows you to send that video signal to a production system such as a TriCaster or a Wirecast gear, any production system that can receive an SRT feed. Now, LRT transportation is one of the ways that you can send the RTMP feed. Let me backtrack even a little bit more. LRT is LiveU's cloud service. That lets you select your destination, whether that destination is going to be directly to a CDN with RTMP, or now the added benefit of being able to send the destination via SRT to a production system. So for example, if you had your LiveU Solo out in the field and you wanted to report on something, maybe there's a sporting event at a local hockey field, and you want to be able to bring that camera back to a production system in your studio, well, now you can send that camera's feed directly to the production system and mix it in remotely, instead of sending that signal directly from the LiveU to an RTMP destination, a CDN of your choice. So that's kind of the differences between RTMP and SRT. RTMP sends it directly to a CDN. SRT allows you to send that video signal to a production system. All right, next is there auto tracking capabilities on the Canon PTZ cameras? And the answer to that is a little bit confusing. So we're going to try and answer that for you right now. So as it stands right now, you can get the Canon CRN700, which is their top-of-the-line 4K PTZ camera. You can get that right now with or without auto tracking pre-installed. It's basically just a firmware upgrade, and so you can get the camera without auto tracking, or you can get the camera with auto tracking, and it's $1,200 more. And even if you got the camera without auto tracking and then down the road, maybe you get a budget increase, and you want to add auto tracking, you still can, because it's just a firmware upgrade, and it's, like I said, $1,200. So now when it comes to the CRN300 and the CRN500, the auto tracking upgrade is not available yet. Canon has said that they are going to be releasing it in August of 2023. So, another month or two, and that should be available. Make sure that you're staying tuned with Videoguys. As soon as that is announced and officially released, we will let you know. It's going to be the same thing as if you got the CRN 700 without auto tracking. You can get the camera now, and then when the firmware upgrade comes out, you can pay the $1,200 and get the auto tracking. And since we're talking about the Canon auto tracking, they did demo the auto tracking on the CRN 700 at NAB. So we wanted to play a clip to kind of show you what it is. All right, so that is the auto tracking application in use. It's pretty cool. Like I said, CRN 700 auto tracking application is available now. CRN 300 and CRN 500 coming within the next month or two. All right, so the next question, and we've been getting this a lot too, is what is the best storage solution for saving space on the go? And the answer is, without a doubt, the SanDisk Professional Pro Blade ecosystem. And the reason is because this ecosystem allows you to make it very modular. Essentially, this is your storage, your NVMe storage, and then this is your reader. Now, typically with some of the other drives on the market, this may be your 4 terabytes, and you plug this into your computer and you have your 4 terabytes. But what SanDisk Professional is doing now is they make these blades that you can swap in and out on the go. So this is a 4 terabyte NVMe drive, but this is also a 4 terabyte NVMe drive. So now I have 8 terabytes and I take up a fraction of the space. Now imagine if you had 4 of these or 6 of these. Now you have 16, 24 terabytes worth of space and worth of storage in a fraction of space. We actually did a product spotlight on this not too long ago, so definitely for more information, check that out. This can be used for capturing your data. Some of the cameras on the market right now actually allow you to record directly to the transport and the blades. You can work off of that, but ideally when you get back to your workstation, you would have the Pro Blade Station available, and then now you can have 4 of the blades plugged into the transport, the Pro Blade Station that is connected directly to your editing station. And now you can have up to 4 blades and edit off of them seamlessly. So when you're out in the field, it takes up not that much space at all. And then even when you get back to your workstation, the Pro Blade Station, it really isn't all that big either. All right, next question is, what is the difference between the PTZOptics Move 4K and the Link 4K? And right off the bat, I just want to say that they come in the same zoom magnification, so 12x, 20x, 30x. They're both 4K 60p cameras. They both have auto tracking. The difference between them is what kind of video over IP are you using. So the Links work off of Dante AV, and the Move 4Ks work off of NDI HX. So just a little bit of background on NDI and Dante. So NDI comes in 2 flavors. You have full bandwidth NDI, which is optimized for high quality, low latency video productions environments. So you're going to have a higher bandwidth, but you're going to have the least amount of latency with the most quality. Then they introduced NDI HX. Now, NDI HX compresses the file a little bit, so you're going to save bandwidth, but because it has to be compressed and then uncompressed, it does add a little bit of latency into the mixture. So you may see a couple frames of latency. But as the years have progressed, they've come out with more iterations of NDI-HX, and I think they're on NDI-HX3 now. And with NDI-HX3, the files are so compressed now that you can actually send them wirelessly. That's how the Kiloview N1 and N2 is able to send the NDI signal wirelessly, because it's a compressed file that is being sent over Wi-Fi, and it's using NDI-HX. And it's the same thing as to why the BirdDog X120 that was announced at NAB is going to be a completely wireless camera, because again, it's using NDI-HX3, which is compressing that file and making it super, super small to be able to send stably over Wi-Fi. Now, the equivalent of full bandwidth NDI would be Dante AV Ultra. So Dante was originally implemented for audio over IP, but now with Dante AV Ultra, they made it so you can send video over it. And again, this is going to be uncompressed, their full bandwidth version of video over IP. Dante AV-AVH is the equivalent of NDI-HX for Dante. It's going to be a compressed file that uses a little bit less bandwidth, has a little bit more latency, but allows for more devices to be connected to your network if you don't have a ton of bandwidth. So at the end of the day, we're going to recommend that if you already are using Dante audio over IP in your workflow, then we're going to recommend that you stick with Dante and go with the Link 4Ks. If you don't have any kind of audio or video over IP, we're going to recommend that you use NDI with the Move 4Ks, because it's a little bit easier to set up, and really there comes with a whole suite of different programs that you can use with NDI. So if you already have a network in place using Dante, go with the links. And if you don't, start an NDI network and use the Move 4Ks. All right, last question is, I have the Media Composer Perpetual license. Can I still cross-grade to Media Composer Ultimate? Is there a deal for me to do so? And the short answer is absolutely yes, you can still cross-grade to an Avid subscription. Instead of renewing your upgrade and support, you can switch over or cross-grade to a subscription model. And there kind of is a deal with that as well. For 1 year subscription, it is $299, essentially $300. But if you were to get the 2-year subscription, it would be $50 cheaper than getting 2 1-year subscriptions, because the 2-year subscription is $549. So definitely, if you have any questions on that, give us a call or visit the link that you see on the screen right now. We kind of broke down all of the Avid subscription models that you can get and explain the different versions of it at that link. So definitely make sure that you check that out or give us a call and we'll kind of walk you through everything. But yes, you can still cross-grade, and there is a little bit of a deal if you do get the 2-year subscription. So that is everything that we wanted to go over in today's show. I think these were some really great questions that you guys have asked over the past month to 6 weeks. If you have any more questions, definitely give us a call at 800-323-2325. You can also make sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. We are live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Gary will be back next week, so definitely make sure that you check out that video and you're ready. 3 o'clock next Tuesday. Gary will be here. That's all I got for this week. I hope you have a good week, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.